Welcome to Ink and Tears Horror. We've all been there. Scrolling through streaming services for an hour, only to settle on a horror movie that's about as scary as a toaster. Well, the search ends today. Today, we're cutting through the jump scare fluff. We're looking at 3 films that don't just startle you, they infect your brain. These are the movies that make you check the locks twice and keep the lights on until the sun comes up. And stick around, because this is the start of a brand new series here on the channel. If you want more deep dives into the movies that actually deliver on the dread, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to join the Ink and Tears community. Let's get into it. Funny Games, 1997. First up, we're going back to 1997 with Michael Haneke's original Funny Games. Now, I know there's an American remake, but there is something uniquely cold and clinical about the Austrian original that makes it one of the most difficult watches in cinema history. The scare here isn't a ghost or a masked killer. It's realism. 2 polite, well-dressed young men hold a family hostage in their vacation home. There's no motive. There's no grand backstory. They just want to play a game. What makes Funny Games truly terrifying is how it strips away the safety of cinema. Haneke famously has the characters break the fourth wall, looking directly at us, the audience, as if we're accomplices. It's a critique of violence, but more than that, it's a terrifying reminder of how vulnerable we are. When the remote control scene happens, and if you've seen it, you know exactly what I mean, it's a total gut punch. It tells the audience, you don't get to win. There is no escape. It's pure, nihilistic realism. When Evil Lurks, 2023. Moving from the realism of humans to something much more ancient and infectious. If you haven't seen When Evil Lurks, stop what you're doing and find it on Shudder immediately. This Argentine masterpiece by Demian Rugna completely reinvents the possession subgenre. In this world, demonic infection is treated like a biological plague. There are rules you have to follow. Don't use guns, don't turn on the lights, and don't trust anyone. Why is it actually scary? Because it is absolutely relentless. Most horror movies have safe characters, usually children or pets. When Evil Lurks looks at those rules and throws them into a wood chipper. The level of hopelessness is suffocating. It's a film about a community's trust fracturing under the weight of an evil they can't control. Every time you think it's reached its peak of intensity, Rugna pushes it further. It's visceral, it's mean, and it's a modern classic of terror.
I'm an English teacher, not fucking Tomb Raider.
The Descent, 2005. Finally, we have to talk about a masterclass in atmospheric tension, The Descent. For the first 45 minutes of this movie, there isn't even a monster. And yet, it is some of the most heart-pounding footage ever filmed.
You won't believe this, Beth!
Why? Claustrophobia.
Sarah! Guys, it's Sarah! I think she might be stuck!
Director Neil Marshall captures the absolute terror of being trapped underground in total darkness. The scene where Sarah gets stuck in the narrow crawl space? That is more frightening than 90% of the slashers out there. By the time the crawlers actually show up, you're already physically exhausted from the tension. But then it turns into a primal survival horror. It's a literal descent into madness and grief.
I'm sorry.
The creatures are scary, sure, but the realization that the cave itself and the fracturing friendships within it might be the real killer, that's what sticks with you. It's a perfect blend of psychological dread and creature feature gore. 3 different movies, 3 different ways to ruin your sleep schedule. Whether it's the cold realism of Funny Games, the infectious chaos of When Evil Lurks, or the suffocating dark of The Descent, these films represent the gold standard of what horror can actually be. Like I mentioned earlier, this is just part 1. We're turning this into a recurring series here on Ink and Tears Horror because there are way too many terrifying films out there that deserve the spotlight. What's a movie that actually scared you? Not just a jump scare, but something that stayed with you. Drop it in the comments below. I might feature it in the next episode. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive into the dark. Stay spooky.